You talked earlier about men out there chasing women, or as you put it, they're chasing pussy, but it's like, if you're taking care of your business, you don't have to do that.
Right.
And that's the first thing I would say to a lot of men out there. If you are being a masculine man and you are taking care of your business, women will come to you. You don't have to go out there pursuing them. Women will hit on you. If they see what you're doing, you're financially stable, you have your act together, and they're like, okay, he is taking care of his business as a man, women are going to hit on you.
Yep. Same thing with the woman too.
If they aren't, that's a dead giveaway that you're not taking care of your business.
Exactly.
If you've ever been approached by a woman and they don't flirt with you or hit on you at all, you're not taking care of your business as a man. That's a dead giveaway.
Because your energy, it's how you decide to show up. I mean, regardless of how people want to say it, we are all energy, right? Vibes is a thing. If whatever you believe in spirituality, but quantum mechanics and quantum theory has proven, we are this. So if your energy is scarce, if your energy is beta, it will seep out of your cells. So the first thing for a man to actually step into what he wants out of a woman is to love and find his worth within himself. Otherwise, he will not find the woman that he's seeking. And that goes to women as well. Women, if you are afraid and you are scared and you are terrified, the only men that will be pulled into your frame is beta men. Sorry.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, they like that, because, she's weak and she's a victim.
Yep.
That's all they can get. So yeah, they'll draw in.
Yep. Not super crazy rocket science, but people don't want to believe it because it's too painful. Right. I have to look at myself.
Yeah, and it's true though, because historically this was never an issue.
No, and it's social media, unfortunately, again, that's trying to get, and I mean, if you want to start getting into theories and stuff, they say the CIA got involved with feminism back in the 70s, whatever. I'm just like, oh my God, like I didn't even know that existed. That's a fun one, but
I don't want to delve too deep into those sort of things for my audience, I run this fitness page and then my funny memes and, but I do like to touch on those topics,
It works into the psyche, right? It works into the psyche, and anything that's in the psyche is going to, as you well know, affect the somatic, affect the mind. And if your lifters are having, relationship problems, and that's up in that's going to mess with their comp performance. I mean, I work with jiu-jitsu athletes myself. The majority is gen pop and behavioral, but I still have jiu-jitsu practitioners. And if they are messed up on a relationship, they're not going to be performing on the mats. They're not going to be able to go and get that medal that they want. And then just everyday individuals, as well as I do, relationship shit will mess you up if you decide to attach to it. So you have to find out who you are and where you are in your sexuality to be able to have a fulfilling life. Let's be totally honest.
Yeah, absolutely true. Well, I mean, that's part of a happy life. Your sex life and love life is part of the human experience, and that's stuff that we need, as human beings in order to be happy. It is tied to that. It's part of the human experience, and that's kind of the funny thing we come to, previous generations, this was never an issue. 50 years ago, 100 years ago, did any of our grandparents have a problem meeting a good match and getting married and any of those things? No, they didn't have those problems. Started, our generation, we started seeing more of it, And then this current generation, they're a mess.
It's a shit show. But they also don't know how to create unique connection and actual connection because they're so phones that that we're not rewarded. Like you too, Nadia. Thank you. We're not rewarded for actual human interaction. We get more of a dopamine hit by fucking checking our phone notifications, and then we don't know how to socialize. And that's the other thing, is like, we don't know how to socialize as human beings. Women are trying to crawl their way to the top because they've always felt disadvantaged and underprivileged, but in the process they lose their sense of femininity, trying to become the strong arm that they never were, and then pushing away the thing that they've always desired. And then men are trying to become more receptive, more passionate, more vulnerable, but then they're put down in the way that they're expressed that, and then they end up losing full trust in who they are as an actual being. And many men aren't even raised with a healthy masculine, which creates chaos in and of itself. We're not taught proper societal structure and and developmental psych, your brain will constantly be seeking for that in other ways over the course of your life, for the rest of your life, unless you decide to purposing things, as you well know. My undergrad, for you guys know, was a lot of my graduate work was in exercise phys and sports nutrition, as well as some psych adjacent. But the body's always wants homeostasis, always want homeostasis. And if it can't create homeostasis, it will seek things external of itself to create that homeostasis. So when we have these little psychological blips, we start to find certain things outside of ourselves that kind of fill in that thing. But the thing is, it only works for so long. It only works for so long, and then it creates more maladaptations or other weird shit starts happening, as you well know, right? Little anger fits, there's coping mechanisms, addictions. I think when we did have our work together, I remember you telling me about this one guy who like showed up like it was like the night before he went out and he like had sex with someone he was supposed to compete the next day. I was like, oh my God, develop.
That client is watching this video.
Yeah, and he had a comp the next day, and it's like, that's why, guys, like, this is valid in every area of your life. Like, it will seep into your passions, your work, your societal development, everything. And we are whole organisms, right? If it's like the foot on a table. If your nutrition is out, it's gonna fuck you over in your exercise and your psyche. If your exercise is out in your body, or at the very least you're not moving your body, you're going to become stagnant. Your brain is not going to be functioning as well. You're going to have brain fog. You're going to have motor control. If your relationships are out, that's going to impact your psyche, which is going to impact your sleep, which is going to impact your training. Like, it is all needing to be addressed holistically, yet we think that one thing is going to fix the other when we have to look at the whole organism.